Hey guys, Rocco here. So yes, by popular demand, well maybe not so popular, but we're doing 20 shocking facts about India. That's right, you guessed it, part 2. There's part 2. Now, I saw the thumbnail for this one. Oh my god, that thumbnail is just intriguing, isn't it? Like, yeah, I'll pop it up on the screen now so you can have a look at it. It's like, what the hell is that all about? You know what I mean? Straight away, like, you can see why it's got so many hits. That the thumbnail is she cleaning up after the horse or feeding the horse or what the hell's got? No, you just got to click it. That's why it's like that. Anyway, let's have a look at this, guys. Are you ready? Okay, so like the last video, it's like, you know, we're not gonna get out the chisel and set these facts in stone. I don't think that's Dave or Leroy's intention at all. So this is shocking facts. They do have a series on amazing facts and awesome facts as well, both on India. So we're gonna get there. We just got to do one thing and then go for the next. You with me? Let's do it.
My name is Dave Wallach, and welcome to FTD Facts, the channel will reteach you everything, well, about everything. We talk about either the cosmos, space, we talk about, you know, celebrities, but in this case, we're doing part 2 to India. Because you guys were like, yo, do a part 2. Like, look, how many of you guys said do a part 2?
They're asking me to do a part 2, and I'm just doing a reaction. It's classic.
Let's do part 2 of India Facts. By the way, also, if you haven't seen the first one, you might want to check that out first. Yeah. India is home to the biggest home. And by that, I mean a guy has the biggest family ever in the entire world. As a matter of fact, he has 39 wives and 94
children.
Look at
this fucking
His name
place.
is Ziona Channa, and man, I just don't want to know what the grocery bill would be like.
Man.
Did you know that
He's
in
gonna be
India,
patient,
it
man.
has the lowest meat consumption per person? This is because a majority of the country are all vegetarians. Wouldn't you just love that if we could do that in North America here? Be like, yo guys, you're all vegetarians, sorry, but you can't eat steak no more.
No,
And
I
although
fucking hate
they're
that
all
shit.
vegetarians, believe it or not, cows are a huge commodity in that country. And they are so important that every cow has to have a photo ID. Now this is kind of
Is
a
that
sad
going to be
fact.
one that
Did
you
you
get a
know that
backlash
every
over?
hour a woman dies from dowry-related crimes? The fleshlight might
Whoa.
be a really taboo thing over here, but over there in India, it's extremely taboo. This is because sex toys are completely illegal in the country. But snakes and ladders isn't. That's kind of a good thing to play with. It was a game that was invented in India, but eventually moved to Britain, where it was picked up by Milton
Look at that
Bradley.
original
Did you
one.
know
I
that
want to play
India
one
was
on the
the first
original
country to
board.
invent cataract
I'm going to
surgery?
download
And
it, print it
started
out.
all the way
We're going
back
to do
in
it.
the 3rd century. It was invented by a physician named Shashruta. They used a tool called a Jabbermuki Salaka, and this was pretty much a curved needle that would loosen your lens and push your cataract out of the field of vision.
Whoa.
After that, the eye would be soaked in warm water, and it apparently worked. 53% of houses in
Man, I got an
India
eyeball
don't
story
have
for ya.
bathrooms. Oh god, that's gotta stink. India is also home to the largest postal service
We got a
in
bad
the
bathroom
entire
down
world.
there.
They have over
Shopping
54,000
centre, man.
postal offices, and as a matter of fact, they even have a floating one that was created in 2011, which is on the Dal Lake in Srinagar. Have you ever seen this bridge? It's called the Bandra Worli Sea Link, and it is one of the most
crane on
spectacular
the top.
bridges in the entire world. What's amazing about this bridge is if you were to combine all the steel wires used
Magnifico.
to make the bridge, it would stretch out to equal the entire world's circumference. And on top of that, the bridge weighs about 50,000 elephants. India was also
I like
the
how he
first
puts it in
country to
elephants.
produce
Come.
refined sugar. Now,
Come on,
right now
Dave.
you are looking at the Lonar Lake, which is a saltwater lake in Maharashtra. And it's a very rare type of lake because, like, look at
like
it.
a
Look at its
crater.
shape. It was created from a meteorite crashing into Earth. Now, one of my favorite actors, Ben Kingsley, that's actually not his name. His original name is Krishna Pandit Banji. And yes, his ancestry comes all the way back from India. Also, chess was invented in this country. And the first person to win a world championship in chess was Viswanathan Anand. Okay, so you're probably wearing clothes right now,
smart
unless of
fucking
course,
dude.
you know, you're in the tub watching this completely naked. Or naked on the couch.
I was gonna do
or
it like that.
naked in a park, which would be totally inappropriate. But if you are wearing clothes, believe it or not, you are probably wearing something that was made in India. No, I'm not talking denim, I'm talking buttons, son. The
Oh.
button was originally invented and released in India 5,000 years ago. The only downside is it was really just made out of seashells. India was also the first country to invent the zero sign.
Oh, I need
That's
this
right,
one.
this weird little kind of slanted O thing that looks kind of like it wants to be an egg. Before this, the Babylonians represented the zero with a blank space. But this ended up getting really confusing, so instead they just put a dot. But by 500
And they
AD,
reckon they had, like, alien
who was one of
influence
the
and they
very
fucking
first
didn't even work a
mathematicians and
zero out.
astronomers, he decided, nope, we're going to totally change the zero and make it like an O. Now, we've all heard of blood diamonds. They're diamonds in Africa, and everyone likes to think, yeah, diamonds, they only come from Africa. Africa. But believe it or
Not
not,
so.
before 1986, India was the #1 country where you could get diamonds. In India, they rack about 28,904 murders per year. Wow.
Same as
that's
Detroit.
bad. The first granite temple was also built in India. The Brihadeeswara temple
Oh,
was
look at that.
built
That's
in
beautiful,
the
man.
11th century. And also,
Actually, we got
it was
an
only
awesome
created
temple.
in
I think
5
it's a
years.
tribute
The
to
country
that
might be
one.
smaller than most
Down.
countries,
I'm gonna
but
get
it
it on
has
film.
the largest road network. If you were to take all the
look
roads
at
and
that.
combine
Chennai
them
Express,
together, they would
baby.
equal no less than 1.9 million miles of road. If you were to build that out in space, you could easily go to the moon. As
Let's
the moon
do
is
it.
only 238
A road to the moon would
But
be
overall,
good.
I just want to
Maybe
list
just
off
around
some of
it.
the amazing mathematical accomplishments that India has, well, done. This country was the first ones to invent pi, trigonometry, calculus, and even my good old-fashioned favorite, which I failed at all the time, algebra.
So they invented all the hard
Algebra.
stuff. That's
Last
good,
but
man.
not
That's
least,
so
guys, you
cool.
know what? I'm just going to throw an extra one in there for
That's
you.
just-
India was also the first country to introduce, well, what keeps your hair clean? Shampoo.
Boom.
Now the word comes from Hindustani's
Boom.
shampoo.
Take that, all you guys say it's dirty.
Champoo. Now this goes all the way back to
Shampoo.
1762. This was
I'm gonna
pretty
call it
much a
that.
head massage that had stuff like alkali and, of course, natural fragrances. Of course, let's also throw some natural oils in there as well. But
Isn't it like a
eventually,
massive
shampoo was
spice quantity
introduced to
from
Britain
India as well?
by
Like
Sayyid
80 fucking
Din
5% of
Muhammad,
the
who
world?
created small shops,
Is it?
which were pretty much steam and seawater baths. Either way, guys, my name's Dave Wapple. It's been awesome.
That was a
hanging out
good
with you
one,
guys,
man.
teaching you guys about the universe and everything. But if you guys have an idea for an FTD fact, we want you guys to put it down there. Like down there, or in the comments section.
Right?
Oh yeah, also
Oh, yeah.
don't forget to subscribe to the channel and of course, you know, check out our other videos as well because you're gonna learn some stuff. We'll see you guys in the next
That
video.
was a cool one,
beans.
man.
Bye.
Cheers, Dave. Yeah, that was a good one. I enjoyed that one more than the part one. It was definitely. So you can see part one, of course. So we're going for the shocking facts. This one's definitely shocking, but because they've run out of the shocking, this one turned out to be a lot of cool facts. And yeah, have to research them up again, as I always do. And yeah, make sure we get them right in the brain. But those ones are good, man. Like, that was some cool shit. How's that guy's house, man? Like, oh, that house is unbelievable. You see, like every balcony on the house was washing. I suppose it would be with that many kids and wives and that. It would just be the washing nightmare. I wonder if they all do like their own washing for each kid, or if like they pick a day and just go, look, if I'm doing washing, like we've only got a couple of machines. Like I don't know what's going on. We really need a documentary on that house, how it operates, why he has done that, and why he's decided to take that horrific thing upon himself. He's a very patient man, like I said. But yeah, absolutely amazing. And the eyeball thing with the hooked needle, how they wouldn't get rid of the cataract. I suppose they wouldn't take it out because it would destroy the eyeball, but they would just give it a bit of a hoi 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 and push it out of the way. That's amazing. Yeah, I definitely never heard of that. That's unreal. And back then, too, to be doing that, to know that if you pushed it out of the way, it would help. Well, I suppose they tried it once and they were like, seems to work. Wash his eyeball out. Oh yeah, the eyeball story. My dad, when he was working as a spray painter, he used to light his cigarettes with a match. And one day he's flicked the match, and the little tip of the match head, is like a little bit of the sulphur burning, gotten onto his eyeball and started to sizzle it. So he's had to go straight to the emergency. And what they've done is they said, "We got to take your eyeball out and clean it." He's like, "Holy shit!" So what they did is they put this dye in there, must be like protective disinfectant dye, and they've like done the old ice cream scoop and popped it out, and they kept it covered like because it's still attached and all that. And then they've said to him, do you want to see through the eye and that? And he's like, yeah, right. So they like showed him a little bit out of his eye, and you can still see it. Like, he reckons it's very disorientating and made him feel a bit nauseous. But that's my eyeball story. Not as cool as the cataract surgery and making people see again. But yeah, take care of your eyeballs, guys. We'll see you for the next one.